hakikatnya pengikut-pengikut jemaah ni semua jadi hamba abdi kepada pemimpin.
I dipaksa kahwin pada usia 17. I beli satu majalah which is majalah komik. From that just stupid majalah, I kena kahwin.
Assalamualaikum to everyone. Today my group and I will presenting about the relationship between record management and GISBH. For this presentation, we have chosen GISBH as our topic, and through this presentation, we would like to dive deeper into how the GISBH issue is related to the record management principle that we have learned in our class.
So first, before we dive deeper on these issues, let me give a little background about Global Ikhwan Senjam Berhad Holdings or GISBH. GISBH is a Malaysian-based company that runs various of business based on Islamic values like restaurants, farms, education centers, and many more. This organization became known because they have hundreds of outlets. However, in 2024, GISBH faced serious legal issues because they have uncovered shock revelation of child abuse, exploitation of women, deviant teachings, and misuse of funds. Based on the survey I did, one of the major problems revealed during the investigation was lack of proper records management. GISBH did not keep record of workers, their financial reports for daily operation, and had no disaster recovery to protect their important data.
Now, I will explain the issue that occurred at GISBH at the end of 2024, where GISBH became a major center for the community involving human rights violation, allegation of child exploitation, forced labor, abuse at training center, and human trafficking. First, I will explain the allegation of child exploitation and forced labor. Children have been reported to have been forced to work in business owned by GISBH, and they are also need to use public sympathy for donation. They are also injured using hot object and on the pretext that they are being stubborn and not following instruction. Next, physical and emotional abuse in youth training center. They are also alleged to have experienced emotional and physical abuse in the name of spiritual training or moral fortification, which is concealed under the guise of resilience and family. This abuse not only physical but also emotional toward the victim. The victim is not allowed to contact the parents without the permission of the center manager. Lastly is GISBH also engaged in illegal confinement and human trafficking. The victim consists of women, children, and teenagers who have been recruited for training and work. Also, they will transfer to specific locations such as training center or business premise and forced to work for GISBH, where they will be closely monitored by the staff at those training centers. This case serves as an important example in understanding how organization can abuse power for the purpose of operation, and why information management, victim document, and systematic reporting are crucial in preventing and investigating such.
Next, let's focus on the issue of GISBH and how it tied directly to the failure in proper record management. It is strongly related to the Chapter 8 in our BTM 453 course, covering critical record, disaster preparedness and recovery, and also business continuity. Firstly, GISBH absence of an audit trail, which is crucial in disaster management. Without complete and accessible record, especially for minors under their care, they were unable to prove the legitimacy of their operation during investigation. This is closely related to the BTM 453, which an audit trail must be preserved to ensure accountability and support legal of investigative processes during a crisis. Secondly, we see the destruction of critical evidence. With no digital backup or disaster recovery plan, important records are at risk of being lost or destroyed. In BTM 453, we learn that official record and evidence are vital assets that must be protected. It lost present GISBH from defending itself against accusation. And for the last one, GISBH's reputation are compromised. The lack of transparent record raises suspicions that GISBH is deliberately not documenting their activity to hide the wrongdoing. This aligns with what we study in BTM 453, where failure to maintain the key record reflects serious organization and ethical weakness. In short, GISBH case is clearly demonstrate why proper record management is not just administrative, it's essential for legal accountability, crisis response, and long-term trust.
Now, we move to the recommendations. First one is identify and protect vital records. Financial records are needed for audits and legal compliance, while employee contract from the foundation of human resource management. The identification process should involve a risk assessment of the impact of the loss or damage to these records. Store vital records in secure physical and digital location. For the physical record should be stored in the secure areas such as a fire-resistant vault or locked in cabinet within restricted zones. For digital record, they must be stored on server protected by firewalls, antivirus, software, and the latest cybersecurity system. Second is to develop a disaster recovery and records management plan. Automated backup procedures ensure that the data and documents are compiled regularly. Without manual intervention, this reduces the risk of data loss due to cyber attacks, hardware failure, or natural disaster. GISBH must define roles and responsibilities during a crisis. Every organization must appoint a designated individual or team responsible for executing the disaster recovery plan. This includes tasks such as retrieving, record storing, system, and reporting the status to management. Rules and procedure must be clearly defined through the training or simulation.
So, to conclude this presentation, we can see that record management in an organization is very important to keep things clear and fair. Based on the Global Ikhwan Sendirian Berhad case, it shows us that what is happened when records are not managed well. Without proper records, things can go wrong like misuse of power or money, and also cannot provide a proper evidence toward any cases. Record management system also help to protect people and make sure everyone in an organization is responsible when face any crisis. Without this action, it can affect the organization image and lead to serious legal problems. Lastly, managing records is not just a small task, it's a big responsibility. This is because when organization fails to keep proper record, there will be a big impact, especially when people's life and safety are involved. So, as a student, it's good for us to learn all of this from now on. So, that's all from us.